Well, hello, I'm Kustom Rustin, or Rustin, Rooster, Rusties, Papa Rustin. I've got a lot of nicknames. Um, the One of my coworkers at work, Jeb, he gave me he gave me the name Kustom Rustin. He came up with it. It was really good. Um, I figured I should probably do maybe an introduction video. My garage is a mess. It's always a mess. Right now I'm trying to figure out better organization. I've moved some cabinets around and whatnot, really old cabinets. But I figured I'd show off this bike a little bit and give a little history on it and how it came out to be and whatnot. So this bike here is it's an 81. It's a Honda 252 stroke. So I've had this thing sitting in the garage for probably, there's one of my messes, just messes everywhere. I've had it for like 10, 12 years. It was one of my father-in-law's tenants left it in there in his garage, and they didn't want to come back and get it. It needed a ton of work. The engine was blown, the rear end was broken, and so they just left it there. When I first originally got it, I was going to just put a Predator engine in it and turn it into a tote goat. And one day at work, this is probably like 3 years ago, the guys were talking about all their three-wheelers. They were all buying three-wheelers. And I had mentioned this thing, and I was building a tote goat out of it. And they were like, well, what is it? Like, what kind of three-wheeler is it? And so I did some research, looked up the VIN, looked up the tag on the engine. Come to find out it was a two-stroke 250. And everybody was losing their mind and said I need to rebuild it, fix it, don't put a Predator engine in it. Everyone said it was a bad idea. So I went ahead and last year I finally got the funds together, and the cylinder was trashed. I took it over to LMR Racing. I believe it's in Draper, Utah. They were gonna oversize it and put some oversized rings in it and piston, and it was cracked. And so then I ended up having to re-sleeve it with a new cylinder, and that took a couple of months because they were backed up and everybody's backed up and the machine shop was backed up. But eventually I got the engine rebuilt, and then I went ahead and made my own swing arm for it. So it all mounts in the same spot, and then I have the chain come straight back. Made that thing right there, and then I made the hub. I had a machine shop make me an axle bolt, but I bought a front hub off eBay and then just extended it. This is a Go Power Sports brake caliper because the one that I had with it was messed up and didn't want to get fixed. I still got to put some caps on the end for chain tightening. Right now the chain was pretty tight, but eventually I need to make some caps to go on the end here for chain tensioning. I've powder coated almost the entire bike. The only thing I haven't powder coated is the shocks, muffler. That's probably about it. Maybe the wheels. Everything else I powder coated. It's been a lot of work. It's been a lot of fun. This right here is powder coated in. I powder coated it white, put a sticker on it, powder coated it red, and then you put it in the oven, peel the sticker when it gets up to flow out, and then you put it back in the oven and finish it. Now these right here are stickers. This is a pretty funny story. One of the guys at work was pretty bummed that I was taking the old stickers off so I could powder coat it. And the other reason why we call it a Milwaukee is one of my coworkers, Emmerich, thought it would be pretty funny because it was already all red to call it a Milwaukee. And so the Milwaukee started from the beginning But then when Jackson wanted me to put the 250 stickers back on it, I was like, why don't I just put Milwaukee 250 instead of Honda 250? And so that's where that came from. I'll probably be changing this one out. I've got some Kustom Rustin stickers being made, and I'll probably take that off and put a Kustom Rustin sticker on it. But it's pretty fun. I've only driven it up and down the street mostly. Hopefully this summer I'll get to take it out. Put a new seat on it, of course. Like I said, like almost everything's powder coated. This is all powder coated. It's powder coated. The whole engine's powder coated because I already had it torn down, so I just powder coated it. I've got an oven right there. And then I have an oven that I made. I've got it at work right now because I don't have space here. And I've been powder coating some stuff for work. And so my oven's at work. I got a big old oven me and another buddy made, but he ended up moving to Idaho. Now, I have been playing with the idea of building another swing arm and just doing 2 wheels and turn it back into a 3-wheeler. And then I've got paddle tires that I can put on here because there's no way I can put paddle tires on this. There's not enough room unless I go with a smaller tire. And then I'll have 2 swing arms, one for 2-wheel and one for 3-wheel. And so I've been playing around with the idea of doing that, building one of those. But hopefully when it warms up, because it keeps snowing outside, there's my kickstand, because I made a kickstand for it, and it was a big pain in the butt, so I cut it off. Maybe one of these days I'll make a better kickstand. But hopefully when it warms up a little bit, I'll go get some video footage of out playing on it. But that's the Milwaukee 250. That's a 1.9 TDI that I'm planning on rebuilding and doing a Jeep swap. I don't know when I'll ever get to do that. I've got here a a Chinese Tomahawk 4-wheeler. No spark in the engine. I ordered a new harness for it off Amazon and whatnot. Still can't get spark out of the engine.
You'll probably see him from time to time, but my nephew
is it's for him. Uncle Mike gave it to him, and he's only 6, and he doesn't need anything super fast. And I'm seriously contemplating of just putting the Predator 225, the racing engine, just slap one of those bad boys in there with a Comet clutch or something, and just get that sucker running this summer. Hopefully, that's the plan. But let me take you around, and I'll show you some more stuff that I've got planned. This is the next project right here. Well, not the next. One of the next projects. This starts and runs, drives. It's a Honda Goldwings, an 83. It's a GL 1100. What I really, really want to do is make my own, like, T-Rex motorcycle. I've always wanted to try and do it. And I've only put like a couple $100 into this thing so far. And, you know, why not? But what I want to do is I want to have it to be like an enduro, like a UTV, you know, highway, or playing out in the mountains. So I really want to do that with this bad boy. It needs a lot of work. Everything's falling apart, breaking off, and I don't want to like put any money into it. And they're not worth a whole lot. They're only like $1,200 or so going. With a bunch of ice dripping off. Like I said, it's been snowing and melting and raining. I really want to make me a T-Rex motorcycle out of that bad boy. So I've got this Dodge over here. This is another buddy of mine. His grandpa gave it to him. This will be one of the next projects, hopefully this summer. He would really like this to get up and running. Here's this thing. Boy, I am not seeing it on here. Well, that one don't say. Well, that VIN plate don't say. I'm not sure. I'm thinking 60s or 70s maybe. I could be wrong. Let's see the front end. That usually tells people what it is. That's one of the projects for this year. This one's already done. This is my dump trailer I made out of a camper. That's already done. Needs more paint, especially on the inside. And I ran out of paint right there, and then it started raining and snow, and that's as far as I got. I put some of the Rust-Oleum rust converter on there. That's what the black is, and she's rusting again. That's one of the other projects right there. That frame, that's a Spider cart, 2-seater go-kart frame. I have a Suzuki LT230 engine that I want to slap in that bad boy. Here's the other parts that I'm gonna use for that Spider cart: rear end, front end, suspension. There's the doggies. Here's the other one that I need to do. I've had this thing for like 20 years. It's a 77 280Z. Boy, I'm not talking to you. 77 280Z. It runs, drives. I just barely got the title fixed, so it doesn't say rebuilt title anymore. When they transferred from Nevada to Utah, they messed it up. She's got some interior work needs to be done. Right now, I've got it all pulled apart in the engine bay because I was gonna powder coat stuff and redo it all. Liner's falling down, and just haven't had time. So hopefully I'll be able to get some projects knocked out this year. That'd be real cool. So that's my story. That's what's going on. Hopefully this will be a good year for projects and videos, and we'll get some stuff completed and have some fun. So we'll see what happens, and don't forget to like and subscribe, I guess. That's gonna be weird getting used to saying that, but anyways, thanks for watching.